Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of UL Preston on LUX FM 106.5, the University of Liberia Radio. My name is Alfonso George. Welcome you to the program, and of course, it's live on all of our social media platforms right here. And I'd like to say thanks to Thomas Carr, the president of the University of Liberia. Professor Dr. Julius Julukon Nelson, as usual, is standing by to bring you all of the information coming in from the University of Liberia. Stay with us. When I come back, I will talk to Professor Nelson. Welcome back, and please stay with us for the next 1 hour as we discuss activities of the University of Liberia. Let me say good afternoon to you, Professor Nelson. Welcome to your program.
Thank you very much. Happy to be with you this Monday for our time together at the University of Liberia.
Professor Nelson, how you doing?
Doing very good. We're thanking God for the new week. Look forward to our second semester continuing at the University of Liberia.
Let me say good afternoon to you, Professor Nelson. Hello?
I'm hearing you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm getting you.
Yeah, the audio going through. We're having some little technical stuff here. I don't know what's going on. Hello? Prof. Nelson? I don't know. Hello? Can you get me?
Yes, I'm getting you.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
Okay. Sorry, we are having some technical problem here. How you doing today?
One day at a time.
Indeed. Okay, let me say welcome to you.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Okay. Now let's talk about the University of Liberia, starting with what happened last week and what is scheduled for this week and perhaps next week.
Well, let me start out with our condolences to the Adulai family and the William V.S. Todman College of Education for the passing of our former Dean, Euphemian Adulai, that we lost on Saturday. We pray that her soul will rest in perfect peace and light perpetual will continue to shine on her. We are keeping the family in prayer, and the University College of Education will work closely with our Human Resource Department and the family as we all prepare to carry on the final rites for our former Dean of the College of Education at the University of Liberia. Secondly, let me congratulate Nimba County for the finals of the National County Meet, Lofa County for second place, Mangibi for third place, and Bon County for fourth place in the football or soccer competition. I know yesterday it was a tough exercise to have Pepe Tobogi swallowing GB at the same time. We congratulate all the teams for playing under the umbrella of peace, unity, and reconciliation in the Republic of Liberia. So congratulations, especially so to Nimba for the football, Lofa for the kickball, Sino for the basketball tournaments. Thirdly, I'm happy to announce that all our provisional students have met the appropriate requirement for admissions at the University of Liberia. We discussed that finally today again, and I've given the instruction to the registrar to process their admission letters, and that the e-portal should be open for those students to be part of our second semester of academic 2021-2022 as we journey into this semester to complete our academic year. And therefore, I'm hoping and trusting that between now and Friday, those students concerned will be able to complete their exercises for enrollment in this particular semester. I hope our student leaders that have been working with us can help us to get that information to all our provisional students to make sure that they are within the system as we continue the second semester. Those students who were successful on our entrance exam in the first test, you will come in the first semester of the academic 2022-2023. And in the next 2 weeks, we will be releasing the second entrance exam results to know who are those who were successful on the second entrance and placement exams of the University of Liberia. That's how I want to start up today at an introduction and look forward to our discussion this afternoon.
Let me take you back to this provisional student thing you talk about. You want to throw a little more light on it?
Those are students who were successful in our 2021 entrance exams. They were required to do less than 12 credits. They completed that exercise, and in the process of trying to get them into the university system, we had some transformation of the enrollment services department that stalled their admission letters getting out. But we believe that in the next 72 hours, the e-portal will be open, and all of those students who meet the admission requirement of the University of Liberia will be processed from provisional student to regular students at the University of Liberia.
Okay, so we'll be crisscrossing it. Since you talk about the county meet, I want to take you back there a little bit. Did we have any of our students taking part in a tournament?
Well, you cannot talk about the national county meet in the Republic of Liberia and then U.S. student will not be a part. Beyond that point, we are just happy that the counties participated in this particular national endeavor that was circled around the issue of peace, unity, and reconciliation in our country, Liberia. And therefore, as the nation's premier institution of higher learning, we cannot and we should not start our week without congratulating those teams that came first, second, third, and fourth places in the national county meet. Congratulations to the people of Liberia and to our wonderful young people who are gifted and participated in the national county meet for 2022-2023.
Though you can't won the basketball version, the football you go know.
No, I told you, I'm from Sonny Wayne in Mosorado County, and so I'm celebrating all the counties that were successful. Why you want to restrict me to a county that my parents keep the beautiful place of Sonny Wayne in Mosorado County?
Okay. Let's talk about something that you took part in last week at MICAT. You made a presentation there. You want to talk to us about that?
Oh yeah, the Ministry of Information, working with the Liberia Broadcasting System and the information sector of our government, invited those of us in the educational sector last week to be at the MICAT Press Briefing on Thursday to discuss the educational sector. What did we achieve in 2022? What the impact of the educational sector of the period in review? And I was privileged to accompany Professor Dr. D. Ansu Soni Sr., the Minister of Education, and a senior colleague who is heading the educational sector, Professor Dr. Edward Lama Wonkoya, the Director General of the National Commission on Higher Education, Honorable Dave Boto, the Director of the West African Examination Council office here in Liberia, and myself, who were able to present along with several of the other assistant and deputy ministers from the Ministry of Education. And we were privileged to be at the Ministry of Information to present the educational sector and where we have come from, what we achieved, and where we are going. Because of that, by the time we could complete that particular program, the educational sector was invited to the bumper show to continue the discussion there on the educational sector for the period in review.
So let's take a step by step. Where we came from, where are we going? Beginning with where we came from.
We started with our academic year. I reported at that particular press conference that the University of Liberia academic year 2021-2022, we started in June because of the renovation exercises at the University of Liberia Phase 1. And we started with 22,745 students who are beginning the academic year, 1,156 faculty members full-time and part-time, and 1,300 administrative staff that are part of the university family for the academic year in review. We also celebrated new programs at the university. We celebrated curriculum reform across the board. But let me highlight today our partnership with the Booker Washington Institute, where we signed a memorandum of understanding between BWI and the University of Liberia in the area of agriculture extension, electrical engineering, and accounting. That in that partnership or MOU, the classes will be done at the Booker Washington Institute, and we will jointly provide the degrees for those students that will be successful as a new partnership arrangement in Liberia to see the collaboration between the Booker Washington Institute and the University of Liberia. We talk about faculty development, the rehabilitation phase 1 of the renovation of the University of Liberia, and other activity. We also celebrated the launching of the University of Liberia Credit Union year in 2022. And we believe that that will be a major partnership for all the employees at the university. And we were sharing that on last week, Thursday, for the educational sector, especially so focusing on higher education from the University of Liberia. We were also grateful to the people of Liberia for their support to education across the board from public, faith-based, and private institutions that have provided opportunities for young people in Liberia to have their tertiary education and vocational education in the Republic of Liberia. And that is why we were celebrating last week, Thursday, at the MICAT Press Briefing there in the offices.
Okay, so partnership with the Booker Washington Institute. We just want to know why it brings to the university. I'm sure you still have a partnership with TNRMA, right?
In the articulation is winding down. We are now in discussion with the Liberia Nursing and Midwifery Board to explore the possibility of the university starting a public option for a program in midwifery as the beginning step. And as time goes by, there will be a program in nursing at our School of Nursing and Midwifery under the College of Health Sciences. And so right now, the nurse is doing an assessment of the facility and programs at the University of Liberia. And hopefully, all things being constant, we hope to begin that program in the not too distant future. But in a special way with the Booker Washington Institute, we agreed through our various faculty senate and board of trustees that it was time for the Booker Washington Institute through their board of trustees requesting a partnership with the University of Liberia so that we can offer the associate of science degree in those three disciplines: agriculture extension, electrical engineering, and accountancy, to be with the Booker Washington Institute jointly with the University of Liberia to offer the associate degree in those three programs.
Now, the classes will be held
at BWI, and then the faculty, we did a review of the curriculum, assessment of their faculty, and they have the qualified technicians and professionals that can offer those programs. And in that partnership, while the classes are there with those professors, it will be the University of Liberia offering the degree for those students that will be successful after joining through the curriculum and meeting the appropriate requirement for graduation with an associate of science degree in those three disciplines.
Please let me get it back clear. So with this arrangement, did I hear you say they are professors or say they are instructors will be the ones doing the teaching?
Well, we are in the same educational sector at the university, because at that level we say the lecturers or instructor in that way,
Okay.
because it is a college and tertiary educational program. We can still say lecturer or instructor in those programs.
All right. So, but in any way, will we have some faculty members leaving from here to go offer some services there?
That arrangement is done because in the evaluation that was done by our team from the University of Liberia, there are professors in Mangibi County and that can provide those services. And if there is a need for an expert in a particular area, then the colleagues from the University of Liberia, College of Agriculture and Forestry, College of Engineering, and the College of Business and Public Administration will provide those backup for the program there at the Booker Washington Institute.
Okay. Now your students are back to school. You want to talk about that, the different activities?
Well, on Friday last week, through the instrumentality of our University of Liberia Student Union, the interim student leadership organized for all of us a back-to-school jamboree for our students who are back in school this academic second semester. We went to the Blue Field at the BYC in PHP. It was a wonderful experience for me and other administrators, but also for our students. They had a competition with the 4 campuses, Strauss and J, Capitol Hill, Findale, and the College of Health Sciences. And therefore, we want to congratulate Mr. Dukley, his team, and the Office of Student Affairs for a successful completion of the back-to-school jamboree. We learned this morning that after the festivity, they went to the evening ball, and on return, some of the students got wounded. The vice president and the team from Student Affairs are visiting with students who got wounded in that accident after the evening ball, and we believe that they will be okay because of the information we have received. But let me share, Strauss and J came late, and therefore the kickball competition was between Capitol Hill and Findale, and the Capitol Hill students won the kickball competition. We started the soccer competition. Capitol Hill played Findale. Findale won in the first round. Then Strauss and J played the College of Health Sciences on medical campus. The medical campus beat them in that round, and they went to play the Findale campus for the finals. And I'm happy to report that after all the up and down, the students from the College of Health Sciences campus won the competition for the soccer. And therefore, we celebrate our students from the College of Health Sciences for winning the soccer match or the health services campus, and the student from Capitol Hill for winning the kickball competition. Congratulations to all of you. Mr. Dukley, Student Union, congratulations. Student Affairs, thank you all so much for a wonderful exercise on last Friday at the Blue Field there in PHP.
You know, I feel the enthusiasm, you know, whenever you attend these kinds of programs. Since we're still talking about sports, I'm thinking as to whether you are intending to, through the appropriate, unit here, organize the usual inter-college sports meets.
Well, let me report to you that we started planning already for the 72nd Founders Day celebration at the University of Liberia. And according to what we resolved today, it will be February 15 to 17. Our focus for this Founders Day will be on our students. On the 15th, there will be an intellectual discourse. On the 16th, there will be a launching program and a musical concert that evening. And on the 17th, that Friday, there will be a whole day festivity with our colleges and students participating, all of us at the university participating in that Founders Day celebration. And for those 3 days, we have informed academic affairs, classes will be suspended. We will just celebrate our people in the university family, our 72nd Founders Day experience, since we were given birth to on February 15, 1951. And we are preparing ourselves. There is a committee set up, chaired by the Office of Student Affairs Vice President, VP Sekou Konen, and co-chaired by VP Councillor Norris Tue, with a team that will prepare all of us for the 72nd Founders Day experience at the University of Liberia, focusing on our students this year for the celebration with the intellectual discourse that will be organized by Student Affairs and the Student Government, a musical concert that will be led by our chorus group and other artistic presentation. And then on Friday, there will be a wonderful celebration whole day for kickball, basketball, volleyball, and soccer or football among the university colleges for that celebration.
So I'm hearing around the corner that faculty, association wants to play administration, captained by the
president. which corner are you hearing that one from?
I hear know.
We'll prepare that one for another time. Maybe we'll prepare for the 110 commencement convocation. We'll organize for we to have a game between the faculty, the staff, the students, and the administration. And you can be sure all those body where I was giving in Nuclear Town will be anything that will come to us at that particular point or so.
And that's why I've been encouraging the guys, because we got this information that the president really used to play. So, but
I had my own team in Nuclear Town, and we play on the D12 field. Those are those days, and my days are spent as director for youth and young adult in the Methodist Church. At every camp or competition, I was also playing. So I got some skills. You just show up, you'll see what happened when we are having that competition.
Even though you now belong to, I used to play FC.
Well, when we start that competition, you will see what I can do.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about something here. Let me get my notes right. This after you listening to UL Preston on LUX FM 106.5 at the University of Liberia Radio. We broadcast to you from our Fender campus right here in the township of Louisiana in Montserrat County. Of course, the president of the University of Liberia, Professor Dr. Julius Julukon Sarwolo Nelson, is as usual here to provide you with all of the information that you need from the University of Liberia. Let's talk about supplies as the semester progresses. You want to talk to us about some of the things that are happening from the angle of the administration?
Let me express our appreciation to the Vice President for Administration, Madam Beneto Jokota, and the Vice President of Finance, Mr. Isaac Garnett, and Professor Dr. Moses Zinan of Academic Affairs for their coordination and collaboration that ensured that we were able to provide instructional materials for our different colleges to begin their work as we got back after the New Year holiday. And I'm happy that our faculty are in their classes and our students are attending classes. So we are on track. We're looking forward to finishing our second semester sometime in March with the final exam. And we hope to have in place our 110 commencement convocation from April 17 to April 29th, 2023. And we look forward to those prospective graduates to start the exercise where they will start applying for graduation online, and then we can process them to ensure that the Faculty Senate can take the action on them. I'm hearing that very soon the Faculty Senate will receive those who are in Category 1 because they completed the first semester, and once we are able to clear those students from Category 1, we'll have a greater picture for how many students that we are expecting for the 110 commencement convocation. But from the projection we have received so far, it appears as if we'll be graduating between 2,000 to 2,500 students at the University of Liberia.
Okay, we will talk about something else, but let me just announce our numbers in case you have an interest in getting some inquiries from the president. You may call us on 077-277-288, 077-277-288, 0880 768-161, 0880 768-161. Let's go to the line to talk to this caller. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm good.
Is it the radio?
Yeah, LUX FM. You are President.
Thank you very much. I'm Odysseus Mola, student of the University of Liberia, and I'm calling you directly from the office of the Vanguard Student Education Party.
Welcome to the program.
I call basically to get inquiry as relating to the students with the issue of the provisional issue. There have been a lot of complaints coming to us, more especially at the level of the party of students who are finding difficulty in getting that original RD because they were facing of provisional path. So we don't know. So I heard the president saying from now to Friday, the EBKUST will be open. We just want the assurance from the president because there are many students with that issue and they are complaining. So the president will hope that this be fruitful so that the student can have access to this semester.
Yeah, but he's sure. Anyway, he will respond.
That's why I announced. I know the number of students in that category, and we had a discussion with the registrar and the associate vice president and dean of faculty, Dean Steve Jube, this morning in the cabinet meeting. Those students who meet the requirement, they will be giving their regular student ID number. Most of them have started their planning already. It's just the opening of the e-portal based on the arrangement we have for them to finalize their registration. And that will take place in the next 72 hours. So they can be rest assured that enrollment services will give their admission letter. I even asked the dean of faculty to work closely with the registrar so that those admission letters will get to all of those provisional students. They are already our students. It's just a question of turning their provisional ID number to a regular student ID number. Everything on course, and they should not be afraid. They will be processed to do their work in their second semester. That one we have concluded already today, and the process is ongoing now. I will be receiving all of their names and information from the registrar office, and I share with some of the student leaders that they are on target, and all of those colleagues who have that issue will be processed for regular admission at the University of Liberia.
You want to talk about the total number of students in this category?
Well, when we were informed last week, we were hearing about 300, but the registrar made it clear today there are between 300 to 900 of them, and they will give us that information on whether all of them meet the criteria to be processed or whether some of them were below the 2.0 average. But we're talking about between 300 to 900 students in that category of provisional students that have completed their work, and we need to change their provisional ID number to a regular student ID number, and that will be completed within the next 72 hours, and by Friday, they will receive their admission letter signed very well from Academic Affairs.
Mr. President, give me an idea as to this provisional thing. If a student came to attend the program after the entire thing is not successful, what happens?
According to the rules, if you're not successful, we suggest that your GPA is below 2.0, you are dropped. Then you get to go and take the entrance exam again. And so to qualify with the 12 credit you carry as a provisional student, you must get a GPA above 2.0, and you must have a better average in English and mathematics to continue your coursework as a regular student. And it is that processing that the Office of Enrollment Services must complete before we can give them their regular student ID number. If anybody in that category finish their particular program in the first semester and their GPA is below 2.0, they will now receive a regular student ID number because they did not meet the benchmark to move from provisional student to regular student. The benchmark, you must have a GPA of 2.0 and above to continue as a regular student. And that is clarity I need to make at that particular point.
And I'm sure this is made clear to them at the start of the program that you have to do your best. Other than that, you have to go back.
You have to do your best for that provisional time to get a GPA 2.0 and above. If you fall below 2.0, 1.99999, it is still 1.99999. And therefore, you don't qualify to be a regular student at the University of Liberia.
0777 277 288 0777 277 288 0880 768 161 0880 768 161. You are President R on LUX FM. University of Liberia Radio is also on our social media platforms. You can follow and
Archibald Duayu from Kakata is asking when we'll start the process for application for the 110th commencement convocation. In the next 2 to 3 weeks, the information will be out, and the Office of Enrollment Services will put that through university relations on all the university social media pages for we to be able to connect and for students to start applying for the 110th commencement convocation. So you will get that information very soon.
Okay. 0777 277 288, 0777 277 288, 0880 768 161, 0880 768 161 are the numbers to call. Be a part of your president. The president of the University of Liberia is available to respond to your concerns. Yeah.
Isaac Smith is asking me, why should we be sitting home while others are in school? Isaac, you are sitting home because your entry into the university was at a provisional level. And when you are a provisional student, you are not yet our student until you can meet the benchmark to graduate from provisional level to regular level. Or until we confirm to move you to a regular level, you are not our student yet. You are still in process. And that is why we are concluding for you now to be a regular student. And that is why we are doing our best to achieve that goal. And you should not make it look like we have you sitting down home. If you are passed successfully and not be a provisional student, you will be a regular student and you will not be in that provisional category. And we're doing our best to resolve that matter. And we think we are at a point now for all of you, because you made the benchmark, you will now become our regular student and then be our full student at the University of Liberia. You were in transit. And since you are completing the transit by meeting that benchmark, now I can claim you to be our student now at the University of Liberia. Before that time, or until we gave you that new ID number, you are still a provisional student, which means everything not clear yet. We're going to clear it now and give you the appropriate regular student ID number for you to enter the University of Liberia.
So, please, Mr. President, how long does the program last for to clear the provisional?
The provisional is 1 semester.
Okay.
You have 1 semester to complete your coursework to make the appropriate GPA 2.0 and above. And after that process, then they are processed for regular admission. And that is what, but in that exercise, we had a situation in the admission office. I had to transfer the dean of admission, and through that exercise, we have now completed that process, and that is why the delay have happened. But because they come from us, we're going to accept those students who meet the benchmark to be turned from a provisional student to a regular student. I was just telling Isaac that if he had passed successfully the benchmark to be regular student, he will not be provisional student. And because he's provisional student, he is still not yet our full student. And we are completing that exercise now for Isaac to be coming from provisional student to a regular student, and we'll give him our appropriate ID number to make him a full-time student at the University of Liberia. And so he should not be forcing with us that he's sitting down home. He's sitting down home because when he took the entrance, he did not pass as a regular student. That's why he was sitting down home. And he should be happy that we are clearing him now to be a regular student at the University of Liberia.
The president, let's travel to is that pre-medical or medical students?
Pre-med. The pre-med is part of the curriculum reform for the medical program. You know, before, to have a medical degree, you had to have a bachelor degree, 4 years, and then spend another 5 years at a medical school. Our College of Health did a reform of that medical program to a new 7-year program. And that 7-year program now asks you to, for 1 year as a pre-med student, and then when you leave the pre-med, do a comprehensive test, you move on to the preclinical program for 3 years, and you do another comprehensive test that will put you to the clinical days. If for some reason after the preclinical you are not successful to go to the clinical program, you are processed for then getting a degree through other discipline that you will choose from, so that you will have an undergraduate degree after that new program. But we thank God for the College of Health Sciences, and now we have a 7-year medical track directly from high school to get your MD degree at the University of Liberia. And that is why we are hearing about the pre-medical program, those that will do the pre-med, 3 years preclinical, and 3-year clinical program to get their MD degree at the University of Liberia.
Okay, so what are you getting? Do we have people running, signing up for the?
Oh yeah, there are a lot of students at right now under the College of Science and Technology is where we launched the pre-med program. And so there are students in that program, and when they complete that exercise, then they will journey on to the College of Health Sciences in the preclinical program.
Let's talk about the guys. Are they the ones on the campus here, the clinical guy? What's there to hear about them?
Well, when you reach the clinical year, then you are in track now to finish your work. You are rotating in the hospital, and you're preparing to move towards your medical degree. You're in the preclinical program, then you're doing the basic courses to start for that first 3 years, and the pre-med is just ushering you. And as an incentive for that new MD program, in August, we have the pipeline where they have the 1-month training program for 10, 11, and 12 grade students from around the country that will ensure to just build up the interest and motivation for students to sign up for the medical program at the University of Liberia.
We used to have this stipend stuff in the making for them. It's still ongoing?
It's still ongoing. That is a program of the government of Liberia that those who are successful to enter the medical school and the school of pharmacy, the government of Liberia every month will give you a stipend of 200 United States dollars as an assistant to help you, assist you journeying through your medical school days. However, after that program, then you now have to give service back to the people of Liberia for 2 years in rural Liberia, where you are assigned by the medical professional through the Ministry of Health here in Liberia. And after those 2 years, then you are free now to do additional work in your medical journey as a professional in Liberia. And so the government provided that national incentive to encourage a lot of students to be in the medical field. And after they do that, then they are giving 2 years back to the people of Liberia who sponsored them through their medical and pharmacy program.
Let's talk about LUX Investment Corporation. Where are we?
We are slow on LUX Investment Corporation because a lot of discussion about with other partners about the private-public partnership. Additionally, I shared last week that with the mediation of the Land Authority in partnership with the LRRC and discussion with our friends from the FinDev community, they have the conclusion now of the exercise so that the visitor of the university and president of the republic to make a statement after the conclusion of those negotiations so that the government of Liberia, with the assistance of the Land Authority, can resettle our brothers and sisters. The government will give them whatever package. That would be a starting point for we to go full blast on the whole question about developing our FinDev land there in the FinDev community, because we are there to stay. We must work with our people who are in the FinDev community, and I believe working with them and they working with us, we can be having a harmonious community in the FinDev community to go to the future. But we have done the best we can to make sure that the university can give back some opportunity for the government to resettle our people, and we can live together in that community here in Mosurado County. And I believe that the senator, the representative, the legislative caucus, the government of Liberia, we are all working together to resolve that matter, and the president of the republic, who is the visitor, will then make a statement that will resolve that matter on behalf of the people of Liberia.
What's the status of the proposed printing press projects?
We were given an update by our friends from the Confucius Institute. Our partner university in China is still committed to giving all the large printing machine and a smaller one as a donation to the University of Liberia that will assist us to begin the LUX printing press. That commitment is still there, and we were told that earlier this year they started the procurement process that would then give us that printing press when it is purchased, and then it will be sent to Liberia for to then start the LUX printing press.
So on our end, I'll say from our side, are we committing any dollar or so, to the process?
Well, it's a partnership now. Beside the machine, we have to have the human capacity, have the area that we'll use for the printing press. All of that one will come from the University of Liberia. But at least the major investment for the printing press are those two printing machines that our friends from China have committed to give to the University of Liberia, a large one and a small one that would then be given as a donation to the University of Liberia. I see there's a question here, but the second entrance exam on the 31st of January or the 1st of February, that entrance exam will be released to the Liberian community, and those of you who will be successful on that second entrance exam and those from the first entrance exam will be part of the admission process for the first semester of academic 2022-2023 that begins in May of 2023 here at the University of Liberia. No cause to fear. We will soon be releasing the second entrance exam and the 4,500 waiting, and those that will be successful on the second entrance exam, all of you, if you meet that benchmark of the university admission requirement, you will then transition to be regular student at the University of Liberia.
So talking about entrance exam, I know there is this plan, to have a testing center built, equipped with computers. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I will talk about that, but I see Aziko Young is asking us about the renovation of the university. We are completing phase 1. Phase 2 will be done in 2023. The government of Liberia has committed another $1 million in 2023 that will now move us from Capitol Hill in phase 1 to move to the College of Health Sciences, the Fendel campus, and Strauss and Jay. She said the AB looked like a ghost camp. Well, that way it looked because of the situation we find ourselves. But in phase 2, that AB building will be renovated and will be a wonderful place that we are hoping to transfer the A. Romeo Horton College of Business and Public Administration, the architectural program, and other. We'll landscape that place. You will see it will be a beautiful place. But to do those renovations, we can't go and start crediting for everybody. We need money, and I'm thankful that the government of Liberia is helping us with a $1 million to do the phase 2 of the renovation of our campuses here at the University of Liberia. At that particular press conference last week, I was grateful once again to the government of Liberia and the people of Liberia for helping us to start the renovation, because after 35 years, there had never been a major renovation at the University of Liberia. It is this government that did that for us, and they are working with us to do another $1 million in 2023 that will continue the phase 2 of the renovation works at the University of Liberia. And let me once again appreciate our friends from the General Services Agency, the Ministry of Public Works, the Liberia Agency for Community Empowerment, and we believe as we go to phase 2, the Armed Forces Engineering Battalion will be joining us in that renovation exercises. The people of Liberia working together to improve the environment at the University of Liberia. That's what we call partnership as we go to the future.
So talking about Strauss and Jay, what is there to be renovated? You want to talk about that?
Well, Strauss and Jay is one of our beautiful places on the university campus. We have the road situation on that side. I'm happy to report that the new dean we sent there work with the Liberia Electricity Corporation. We have a transformer there now, and so Strauss and Jay is on the LEC grill and providing electricity. But there are other works that we need to do there. It may not resemble what we have to do here on Capitol Hill or what we will be doing in Findle, but we still cannot forget that Strauss and Jay is part of the university, and the renovation exercise we are doing should also touch Strauss and Jay and our College of Health Sciences, other campus beyond in Concord Town beyond the Catholic Hospital.
Back to the question about the testing center.
The testing center, we are starting the exercise. There's some renovation work in the science complex, and as we go to the future, we believe that we will be able to set up a computer-based area that will be the main venue for the entrance and placement exam at the University of Liberia. We are making some allocation for that exercise, and we believe we will go at phase 1 of having that computer center for the university entrance and placement exam, so that the testing center will have a major home where we can administer other exams beside the university entrance exams.
The last commencement speaker donated some $50,000 towards the construction of a graduation hall. Where are we?
The convocation committee had a meeting on Thursday. Preparing the convocation platform or hall is in progress. The committee, through the administration and plan operation, are doing all of the works. We have the information. We have sent that information to our alumnus, Her Excellency Chief Dr. Joel Howard Taylor, who is our liaison in discussion with the last year commencement speaker. But the team is working very well. In the next 3 months, we hope to complete the convocation platform that will celebrate the 110th commencement convocation on the Findale campus of the University of Liberia.
You mean this coming graduation will be held on another place?
I know you don't believe that.
No, not that I'm not believing, but I'm just excited.
Alfonso, come and see. We'll do the best we can to start the exercise, but we know now we got to find a place at Findale that we can hold our commencement convocation exercises, and they are working. The plans are ongoing, and we believe that there will be some major effort to achieve that before the 110th commencement convocation.
Let's talk about your pending trip to Sierra Leone.
Yeah, on Wednesday, I'm leading a delegation from the University of Liberia to participate in the first commencement convocation of the Honors by Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. We were invited by the Vice Chancellor to be a part of their celebration, and we are leaving on Wednesday, and we are coming back on Sunday. And we believe that the Dean from the College of Engineering, the graduating class leader, the student leader, the staff leader, and other colleagues, we have about 12 to 13 on the delegation that will be going to Honors Bar Nkrumah in Mamborokai, Sierra Leone, for this first commencement convocation. And people from the University Relations will also be on the team that will be going. The last year, the Vice Chancellor and the delegation came from Honors Bar Nkrumah. We finalized our MOU, and they thought it was expedient to invite us to be a part of their first commencement convocation. And Reverend Dr. Professor Edwin Julius Momo is inviting us to be a part of their commencement convocation there in Mamboroka, Sierra Leone, in the next few days. I see from your social media that our friend Mascala Sonny Kessely Bori is following us online. I just saw that information there. Sodi, thank you, and Happy New Year once again to you as you are watching from Kampala.
Okay, so I was asking any specific role that we are to play at the graduation exercises?
Well, I've been informed that I will bring greetings and remarks at the commencement convocation, but it's an opportunity for we to be in fellowship with our friends who are having their first commencement convocation at the University of Science and Technology. There will be other side meetings, but when we get there, there will be no detail. But officially, I will be one of the colleagues that will be bringing greetings from partner institution at the commencement convocation.
Okay, so
Jonathan Senior is watching from Benson and Robert Street. Thank you, Jonathan, for following us today. So William S.F. Cole is asking who managed our public relations effort on a WhatsApp group of the university. Are there guidelines on what to be discussed there and what not? And I know Thomas and you all will be able to respond to him appropriately to the guidelines that are discussed from time to time on the President's Hour. But next week, we have some celebrations at the University of Liberia, and I thought it would be good to highlight those two. On Monday, the 23rd of January, the University of Liberia will be the venue for the hosting of the dialogue on peace, unity, and security in Liberia. Our brothers and sisters from France and Germany are the host for the month of dialogue in January, and they made a decision to come to the University of Liberia as a venue. And so that our Capitol Hill campus in our historic auditorium will be the venue for the dialogue on peace and security here on Monday, January 23rd at the University of Liberia. On Wednesday of next week, the 25th of January, we are officially launching the Department of Fisheries Science and Aquaculture Department here at the University of Liberia. That will be a big celebration in partnership with the National Fishery and Aquaculture Authority here in Liberia with our friends from the World Bank that are putting some support to the fishery industry in the Republic of Liberia. Yes, sir. Alfonso, you are there?
Oh my God.
Well, I was just sharing.
Mr. President, we're having some glitches here. So I think we'll call your day. Internet.
Well, with the understanding that we have those two major programs next week. On Monday, we are hosting a dialogue where the French embassy and the German embassy are the official hosts, but they are using the university auditorium for that dialogue on peace and security. And then on Wednesday, the 25th of January, we are launching the fishery and aquaculture program at the University of Liberia, and the department and the colleagues that will be leading us in that particular process, they will also be introduced to the university community and our people here in Liberia. Let me be grateful once again and thank Madam Honorable Emma Metier Glasgow and the family of the colleagues at the NAFAD for their solidarity and partnership with the University of Liberia, and our appreciation to the World Bank for supporting this effort that we can prepare ourselves for a major transformation of the fisheries sector that will contribute to the Liberian economy as we go to the future. And that is what we are doing next week at the University of Liberia, and we look forward to a wonderful time. I see here that Francis Mawia Jr. is following us from Havana, Cuba, and I saw the information somebody from Morocco is also following us here on this particular president, our program. Is Ambassador Daniel Zeh. Good evening, Dr. Nelson. I'm following from the Kingdom of Morocco. Will you please notify updating us about the free tuition policy? Well, the free tuition policy is it is going on. The government of Liberia have committed itself. They are remitting the funding we're supposed to receive for the free tuition policy. I'll share last week the MICAT program. For those of you that think that the free tuition policy is not working, you are reading your history upside down. For those of us who are at the university, I don't have to run behind 300 persons. Now I'm only negotiating with the Ministry of Finance, and thank God that the Ministry of Finance is remitting the funding we need for the free tuition policy at the University of Liberia. We are grateful to the government of Liberia for the free tuition policy at the university, but other public institutions of higher learning in the Republic of Liberia. Alfonso, you are still there, or we're missing you?
I'm here. I'm here. It's just that I'm getting some glitches here, internet stuff. So Thomas, just
and that is why I will continue raising you are doing the hitches to keep giving the information over and over.
President, I think we. I think.
Okay, Dr. Nelson, why LUX FM tried to reconnect? I think they have some issues with the internet. I would like to ask you to just conclude maybe on some of the key points we have for today, so those who are joining the show late can get information on some of the things you spoke about, maybe a roundup as we close, because we have 2 minutes to go.
Okay, now our provisional students will be served in the next 72 hours. The Office of Enrollment Services will process those students who have completed their provisional work and are now ready to receive the university ID number to be regular students. Mr. Sengbe and his team and the Dean of Faculty, Professor Steve Jugbe, will work closely to ensure we complete the whole exercise for provisional students at the University of Liberia. I lifted up to date our partnership with the Booker Washington Institute for the Social Science degree in Agriculture Extension, Electrical Engineering, and Accountancy. The classes will be held at the BWR campus in Kakata, and in partnership with the university will give the associate degree for those students that will complete
Thomas,
the exercise. I also shared our back to school jamboree by the student government. I share information that instructional material were given to our deans and colleges. We are leaving on Wednesday to participate in the first commencement exercises of the Honors Bar Krumah University of Science and Technology. We are preparing ourselves for finishing our second semester in our 110th commencement convocation in April of 2023. And then next week, we are hosting a dialogue for peace, unity, and security in Liberia. The French embassy and the German embassy are the official hosts, but they are coming to the university campus here on Capitol Hill for that event. And then on Wednesday next week, we are launching officially the Department of Fisheries Science and Aquaculture here at the University of Liberia. Thank you so much for today. We look forward to a wonderful week, and we thank all of you for joining today at its President Award here at the University of Liberia. God bless you. Let us all continue to work together, because together we can make it. God bless you.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Nelson, and we look forward to having you next week on a fresh new edition of the UL President Hour. Thank you for viewing us. Bye-bye.
Thank you.